from New Delhi, you're watching ED India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Preeti Kaur. Coming up in the next 30 minutes, counting of votes underway in India's northeastern state of Mizoram, a day after Bharatiya Janata Party registers huge win in Hindi heartland. Global media commends BJP's win, terms it as historic and unprecedented. Winter session of Indian Parliament begins. Prime Minister Modi says those who move on principle of empowerment of four castes of women, youth, farmers and poor get overwhelming support, gets rousing welcome in Parliament. Coastal districts in India's Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu and Odisha witness heavy rains as Cyclone Michaung intensifies. Centre and all three states rev up preparations. A day after Bharatiya Janata Party registered decisive victories in 3 Indian states, vote counting is underway in the Indian northeastern state of Mizoram for 40 seats. Counting is taking place in all the 13 counting centres and 40 counting halls across the state, with postal ballots being counted first, followed by votes polled in EVMs. Mizoram Assembly voting was held peacefully on November 7th, with voter turnout of over 80% recorded. A total of 174 candidates, including 18 female candidates, were in the fray. Meanwhile, Sunday has been a big day for India's ruling party, Bharatiya Janata Party, as it marked a landslide victory in 3 key states out of the 4 that went to polls recently. As India heads towards general elections next year, state election results are of utmost importance. Meanwhile, the incumbent Chief Minister of Indian state of Rajasthan, Ashok Gehlot, resigned from his post after the results. Here's a report.
Elections have always been a festival in India, the largest democracy of the world. Sunday has been a much happening day as results of 4 state elections, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh and Telangana, were declared. The results brought much cheers for BJP, the ruling party in India. Out of the 4 states, BJP is poised to make governments in the 3, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh. Let's begin with Madhya Pradesh. As per the data from India's poll body, the BJP has got a clear majority in Madhya Pradesh and is set to come back to power. The state's incumbent Chief Minister, Shivraj Singh Chauhan, has been in power for almost 4 consecutive terms.
जो भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार ने किया है, विकास को जनता का प्यार और आशीर्वाद मिला है। डबल इंजन की सरकार के काम को जनता ने आशीर्वाद दिया है।
Now moving to the northern state of Rajasthan, the land of royals. Reports suggest anti-incumbency was high in the state. The same reflected on the results announced on Sunday. People have ousted the ruling party Congress. BJP got a landslide victory in Rajasthan. BJP also emerged victorious in Chhattisgarh, defeating the incumbent Congress. BJP has attributed the party's big win to Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who spearheaded the campaigns.
ये जीत खास है क्योंकि मोदी जी पर विश्वास है। लोगों ने कह दिया देश में एक ही गारंटी पर विश्वास है, मोदी की गारंटी चलेगी।
The state polls results carry much significance as India is heading towards a general election next year. Political pundits believe these results set the tone for the mega electoral battle of 2024. Abhishek Bose for DD India.
And Congress party crossed the majority mark in assembly elections in the southern state of Telangana, ousting 2-term BRSS Chief Minister K.C. Rao. According to the Election Commission's data, the party has won 62 seats out of 119 seats and leading on 2 seats. The outgoing BRS secured victory on 36 seats and was leading on 3 seats in the state. After Bharatiya Janata Party secured victory in 3 of the 4 Indian states in the assembly elections on Sunday, global media commended the win as an expansion of Prime Minister Modi dominance. They further added that the outcome was vital ahead of the Lok Sabha elections next year. And after BJP's big win in 3 Indian states of Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh and Rajasthan, Prime Minister Modi attended victory celebrations at BJP headquarters and thanked the voters. In his address, he also said that this hat-trick of victories is a guarantee for the 2024 hat-trick.
India's tryst with democracy continues as the BJP is all set to form the government in the 3 Hindi heartland states of Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh. This comes after the BJP decimated the Congress party by recording a thumping majority in all 3 states. BJP workers across India erupted in joy after the party's stunning victory. Greeting jubilant party workers and supporters, India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi led a victory march at the BJP headquarters in the national capital, New Delhi. PM Modi also said that the hat-trick of victories in the state elections today guarantees a hat-trick in the 2024 Indian general election.
कुछ लोग तो कह रहे हैं कि आज की इस हैट्रिक ने 24 की हैट्रिक की गारंटी दे दी है.
PM Modi called BJP's victory historical and unprecedented. He further said that for him, 4 castes are supreme and they are women, youth, farmers and the poor.
हमारी नारी शक्ति, हमारी युवा शक्ति, हमारे किसान और हमारे गरीब परिवार, इन 4 जातियों को सशक्त करने से ही देश सशक्त होने वाला है.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi also expressed his gratitude to the women voters and said that women believe only BJP can provide guarantee for their security, safety and dignity.
आज हर बहन बेटी को साफ साफ लगता है कि बीजेपी ही नारी गरिमा, नारी सम्मान, नारी सुरक्षा की सबसे बड़ी गारंटी है. नारी शक्ति का विकास बीजेपी के विकास मॉडल का एक महत्वपूर्ण स्तंभ भी है.
Sunday's results come as a significant boost for Indian Prime Minister Modi, who is already setting his sights on a record 3rd term next year. Mihir Makhuri reporting for DD India.
The winter session of Indian Parliament begins today with huge applause for Prime Minister Modi in Lok Sabha after BJP's big win. The session will continue till December 22nd. The government has 21 bills on its agenda for the session, including the bills to replace IPC, Indian Evidence Act and CRPC. Other bills like the Central Universities Amendment Bill 2023 and the Advocates Amendment Bill 2023 will also be introduced in the lower house on the first day of the session. Whereas in the upper house, the Post Office Bill 2023 has been listed for passage after discussion. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi spoke to media ahead of the commencement of the winter session of the Parliament. While talking to media, Prime Minister Modi lauded the election results that came out on Sunday, giving a striking win to BJP in 3 Indian states.
सभी समाजों की, सभी समूहों की, शहर और गांव की महिलाएं, सभी समाज के, सभी समूह के, गांव और शहर के युवा, हर समुदाय के, समाज के किसान और मेरे देश के गरीब, ये 4 ऐसी महत्वपूर्ण जातियां हैं जिनका एम्पावरमेंट, उनके भविष्य को सुनिश्चित करने वाली ठोस योजनाएं और लास्ट माइल डिलीवरी इन उसूलों को लेकर के जो चलते हैं उन्हें भरपूर समर्थन मिलता है. सभी सांसदों से आग्रह करता हूं लोकतंत्र का ये मंदिर जन आकांक्षाओं के लिए विकसित भारत की नींव को अधिक मजबूत बनाने के लिए बहुत महत्वपूर्ण मंच है। मैं सभी माननीय सांसदों से आग्रह कर रहा हूं कि वो ज्यादा से ज्यादा तैयारी करके आएं। सदन में जो भी बिल रखे जाए उस पर गहन चर्चा हो, उत्तम से उत्तम सुझाव आए।
Authorities in southern India on Monday closed schools and offices, halted flights and evacuated coastal areas ahead of a severe cyclonic storm expected to make a landfall in the next 24 hours. The coastal districts in India's southern states are witnessing heavy rains, with Cyclone Michaung expected to make a landfall. The India Meteorological Department had issued an orange alert in coastal districts along Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and Odisha. The National Disaster Response Force team has deployed 21 teams in Indian states of Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and Puducherry, and 8 additional teams have been kept in reserve. Rescue and relief teams of the Coast Guard, Army and Navy, along with ships and aircraft, have been kept on standby in view of the impending Cyclone Michaung in the Bay of Bengal. Rescue and relief efforts are in place, however, transportation has been affected. 11 express trains from Tamil Nadu's Chennai Central were cancelled, along with various others that were diverted after the water level reached the danger mark at the Basin Bridge owing to heavy downpour. Only passenger specials are being operated in these sections until further advice. Some flights have also been diverted. 2 Indian Air Force pilots were killed in trainer aircraft crash in India's southern region of Hyderabad. The incident took place during the training sortie on Pilatus PC-7 Mk2 aircraft. No damage to any civil life or property has been reported. The Indian Air Force has said that a court of inquiry has been ordered to ascertain the cause of the accident. Union Defence Minister Rajnath Singh condoled the deaths of the pilots and posted on X, saying, anguished by this accident near Hyderabad, it is deeply saddening that the 2 pilots have lost their lives in this tragic hour. My thoughts are with the bereaved families. Nestled between the coastline of Mumbai and Goa, Sindhudurg Fort is all set for the Navy Day celebrations. This year, it's even more special because India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be part of the operational demonstration of the Navy Day celebrations.
The Indian Navy is all set for the operational display on the occasion of the Navy Day. Navy Day is celebrated every year on December 4th to commemorate the successful execution of the mighty Operation Trishul by the Indian Navy at Karachi port in 1971. In the operation, Pakistan got divided and Bangladesh became a new independent nation. The Navy's operational demonstration this year is going to showcase India's self-reliance. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be a part of this historic ceremony, and the world will see the cutting-edge technology and the might of the Indian Navy.
2023 has been a remarkable year for our nation. Last 1 year has left a remarkable wake. And in this period, our ships, submarines and aircraft have sustained a high operational tempo, undertaking missions and tasks encompassing military, diplomatic, constabulary and benign roles. Our units are mission deployed across the Indian Ocean region and beyond to protect and promote our national interests.
The event will see the participation of 20 warships along with MiG-29 and 40 light combat aircraft from the naval fleet. A combat beach reconnaissance and attack demo will be conducted by the Indian Navy's Marine Commandos. There will also be a performance by the Naval Band, hornpipe dance by the SAC cadets, laser show, and a grand program of illumination of ships at the harbour. The demonstration is being organized at the Sindhudurg Fort. The fort was built by Maratha ruler Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj in 1660. It is a golden chapter in India's rich maritime history. On the occasion of Navy Day, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will also unveil a grand statue of Shivaji in the nearby Jodhpur fort. The Sindhudurg city is gearing up to welcome Prime Minister Modi. A sand art on Chhatrapati Shivaji has also been crafted.
नौसेना दिन के लिए स्कल्पचर्स बना रहे हैं, सैंड स्कल्पचर्स, और यहाँ पे मेरे पीछे जो आप देख सकते हैं वो छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज जो फादर ऑफ इंडियन नेवी जो जिनको कहा जाता है, हम उनका पोर्ट्रेट बना रहे हैं। उसके बाद उसके बगल में नेवी डे का लोगो होगा और उस तरफ दो और सैंड स्कल्पचर्स हमने बनाए, एक शिप का है और एक और बड़ा लोगो जो इस इवेंट को दर्शाता है।
This is the first time that the Navy Day celebrations are being held away from a naval base. Last year, on the occasion of Navy Day, Prime Minister had unveiled the new flag of Navy, which had the seal of Shivaji Maharaj on it. Ajay Mishra's report for DD India.
Sri Lankan Army Commander Lieutenant General Vikum Lianage paid tribute to fallen Indian soldiers in New Delhi on Monday. Lianage, who is on a two-day visit to India, laid wreath at the National War Memorial. The Army Commander was also accorded a ceremonial guard of honor by the Indian Tri-Forces. India recently extended a $1 billion credit line for Sri Lanka by 1 year, giving the crisis-hit country a backup fund to pay for essential imports. The credit line, part of about $4 billion in emergency assistance extended by India during the peak of Sri Lanka's financial crisis early last year, was scheduled to end in March. The Viksit Bharat Sankalp Yatra, launched by Prime Minister of India, is reaching the rural areas of the Indian northern city of Lalitpur. Information about the schemes of the central government will be given to the villagers through mobile van of Sankalp Yatra. People clicked selfies at the selfie stand installed at the place, along with the pledge of a developed India. A huge crowd of applicants were also seen at stalls set up by various departments in the program. You're watching DD India Live. We're heading for a short break. But after the break, Israeli ground forces are pushing into southern Gaza after 3 days of heavy bombardment. Sensex Nifty open at record highs after BJP wins in 3 states. And India win thriller to clinch the series 4-1 against Australia.
We just don't bring you the news as it unfolds. We get to the heart of the matter.
We don't just present facts. We demystify complex social, political, and economic events.
We break stories that shape the world's present and future because you deserve the truth.
I am Tanvi Taneja from New Delhi.
I'm Ollie Barrett from London.
I'm Nick Harper from Washington, D.C.
Join us on DD India Global Monday to Friday at these times.
Welcome back after the break. You're watching DD India Live and I'm Preeti. Let's get you more international updates. The Israeli military announced on Sunday that it has killed the Hamas commander with an airstrike in Gaza. Israeli Defense Forces spokesperson Daniel Hagari said the commander, named Haitham Kouajari, directed terrorists to carry out raids into southern Israel on the 7th of October, in which 1,200 people were killed and more than 200 were taken hostage. Kouajari is also said, in fact, he led battles in Shati area of Gaza in the past month. The Israeli army released video which they say shows the strike that killed the Hamas terrorist. Israel's military chief, Herzi Halevi, has said that Israel's operation in southern Gaza will match its earlier offensive against Hamas in the northern part of the Palestinian enclave. Israeli forces bombed wide areas of the south of Gaza Strip to neutralize the terror group Hamas on Sunday. Also, the Hamas terrorist group clashed with Israeli troops near the southern city of Khan Yunis. Residents said that they could hear tank fire and feared a new Israeli ground offensive was building up. The Israeli military had earlier ordered people to evacuate some areas in and near the city. The Israeli Defense Forces on social media platform X have posted saying that the IDF troops eliminated 500 of the 800 plus exposed shafts to Hamas's underground tunnels located near or inside kindergartens, schools, playgrounds and mosques. Releasing a video via the post, IDF further said that these places are not child-proof but rather teeming with terrorism. Every tunnel shaft and weapon IDF finds is further proof of how Hamas deliberately uses the residents of Gaza for their terrorist agenda against the Israelis. Israeli ground forces are operating against Hamas in all of the Gaza Strip, as per Israel Defense Forces spokesperson. Rear Admiral Daniel Hagari also said that forces are coming face to face with terrorists and are killing them, while Hagari also clarified that ships that Yemen's Houthi movement claimed to have attacked in the Red Sea earlier in the day had no connection to the state of Israel.
The IDF continues to extend its ground operation against Hamas centers in all of the Gaza Strip. In all of the Gaza Strip where there is a Hamas center, the IDF is operating. The forces are fighting face to face with terrorists and killing them.
China's military on Monday said that a U.S. combat ship illegally entered the waters adjacent to the second Thomas Shoal, a disputed South China atoll. The spokesperson also said that the U.S. deliberately disrupted the South China Sea and seriously violated China's sovereignty. On Sunday, the Philippine Coast Guard deployed 2 of its vessels in the South China Sea after monitoring an alarming increase in the number of Chinese maritime militia vessels at a reef within the country's exclusive economic zone. Islamic State militants claimed responsibility for a deadly bombing at a Catholic mass in the Philippines that killed at least 4 people and injured 50 others. Philippine police have identified at least 2 suspects in the bombing of a Catholic mass, vowing to hunt down those behind the blast. The attack was carried out in a university gymnasium in Marawi. The Islamic State group said on Telegram that its members had detonated the bomb. Search is on for the rest missing climbers. Meanwhile, the United States condemned the terrorist attack and is in close contact with its Philippine partners and stands with Filipinos in rejecting the act of violence, it said in a statement. Let's take a look at other stories making it to the headlines from across the world. A man killed 4 members of his extended family by a steak knife in Queensboro of New York City early on Sunday. The victims included 2 children aged 11 and 12 years. The 38-year-old suspect, Courtney Gordon, also stabbed 2 police officers and was later shot dead by one of them. Chile's capital witnessed the 12th edition of Christmas Paris Parade that marked 100 years anniversary of Walt Disney. People of all ages were delighted and gathered in main avenues to get a glimpse of giant balloons depicting iconic Disney characters such as Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck and Olaf in the Paris Parade. U.S. President Joe Biden hosted actors and musicians for this year's Kennedy Center Awards at the White House on Sunday. Artists from different fields, including Billy Crystal, Barry Gibb, Rennie Fleming, Queen Latifah, and Dionne Warwick were witnessed at the event. The Kennedy Center event honors stars from music, stage, and screen for their contribution to the American culture. Over 350 musicians and singers brought an ambient twist to the U.S. rock band Foo Fighters' classic My Hero at a free concert held on Sunday. Musicians used traditional Peruvian instruments such as the charango, a small guitar, the quena, a flute, and the Peruvian cajon, that's a drum. Benchmark indices Sensex and Nifty opened at fresh all-time highs on Monday, aided by strong domestic macroeconomic data and elevated bets of a U.S. rate cut in March, while analysts also saw momentum picking up in the ongoing rally after ruling BJP's victory in key elections in different states. The NSE Nifty 50 index rose 1.65% to 20,602.5 points, notching a record high for the second session in a row. The S&P BSE Sensex was up 1.64% to an all-time high of 68,587.82 as of 9:15 a.m. today. Volatility spiked across many assets last week, producing notable breakouts in various segments, including the precious yellow metal gold. Spot gold, which hit season's high of $2,075 per ounce on Friday, touched a historic high during early morning trade in the global commodity market on Monday. It hit $2,148.61 per ounce. The previous all-time high of $2,072.49 was scaled in 2020. Gold prices rallied to an all-time high on Friday after remarks from Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell increased traders' confidence. The U.S. Central Bank has completed its monetary policy tightening and could cut rates starting March. In the wake of the new high in the global market, 10 grams of 24-karat gold in India is now around 64,000 rupees. A court hearing into a liquidation petition filed against China's Evergrande Group was adjourned in a Hong Kong court to next month. The hearing into the petition was adjourned to January 29th. The decision will allow more time to finalize a debt restructuring proposal in a major relief for the embattled developer. The court said in an unexpected move on Monday after Evergrande's lawyers sought an adjournment, saying no creditors were actively seeking liquidation. After the adjournment order, Evergrande shares reversed losses from earlier in the day to jump more than 13%. On to sports now. Hosts India won the 2020 International Cricket Series against Australia with a score of 4-1, winning the final match in Bengaluru on Sunday by 6 runs. India's Shreyas Iyer scored a half-century and fast bowlers Mukesh Kumar and Arshdeep Singh took a combined 5-wicket haul as the home side defeated Australia by 6 runs in the final T20 international match. Team India will travel to South Africa next for a multi-format series. They will play 3 T20 internationals, 3 one-day internationals and 2 tests, while Australia heads home for a 3-test series against Pakistan. That's it in this edition of DD India Live. But let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. You can connect with us on Facebook, X and also Instagram. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Preeti Kaur signing off, and from all of us here in Delhi, thanks for watching DD India Live.